Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Welcome to the stream this evening. I am just very quickly trying to get myself sorted out because I want to get a little bit of practice in at the Circuit de Saint-Croix. No, I don't. It's Le Mans, which is in France. There, Alsace is in France. There it is. Over there. Couldn't find it. Before we go racing. And the other thing I've got to do is change the car. Oh, I'm not organised. Not organised at all at the moment. We should be live. I'm hoping we're live. My phone doesn't want to play ball either. Where am I? I want to go into and we are in the Aston Martin this evening. So let me just bring that up, the Vantage. And we'll just do some fuel in that as well. Not some fuel, some oil. Do an oil change on it. Let's do that. Then we'll get out on track. So I'm going to do a little bit of a race with Sophie for about 20 minutes. And then the main race is going to be at 9 o'clock. So I've got 50 odd minutes, but I'm just going to see if anybody's got a lobby up at that point. Because obviously that will then have the proper race conditions in it. But for the moment, I just want to get out there and just get a bit of a warm up and get myself sorted out. So we'll go to Le Mans. We'll come down to custom race. I don't know if we're doing it. I think we're doing it with the chicanes. So let's just do that. I want to do 20 minutes. 20 cars starting at the back. Bop on. Boost off. Slipstream I think is going to be real. I'm going to put the tyre wear to 1. Although it will be very different in the actual race. Custom weather, I'm going to set that to, I think we're evening. And I'm going to set that preset weather to 06. But the weather's going to be doing all sorts of stuff. So I'm just going to set it to that for the moment. That'll do. It is a single make. And that will do. We'll save the settings. And I'm just going to save that as Hulky. No, it's not. This is TCSRL. As you can tell, my brain is still all over the place. Still all over the place at the moment. Right, so those of you that are waiting for the main event, the main event is going to be later on. I'm going to go with racing softs to start with. So if you want to check back with me at 9, that would be grand. If not, I am just going to see how we go against Sophie. Watch what happens when you pull out the slip. Whoa. So the slip stream is going to be all important in this, I think. Interesting that the AI has gone over to that side. You can see nothing behind the Aston Martins. So wide with that big wing. Pick a slipstream up of a Williams. Oh no, he's just tucked in. Oh no, we've got another one pulled out in front of me. Won't get a move, won't get away with some of these moves in the real race. Up slipstream. Oh, too deep. That's the corner that is going to get me in this one today. Getting back on track is like horrendous. Hello, Reese. So we've got to do that all again now. That corner is the one that I've got to work on. The little dab of throttle through there didn't help me. Right, make sure we clear the car before we tuck in. I don't know why the AI moves across. Oh, Sorry, mate. Again, trying to remember what Jack said yesterday about exiting the corners. I'm very good at staying in too low a gear. Right, is this the corner that I had the trouble with? No, not this one. It's one of the others. It's coming up. It's not a dive bomb if you make the corner. It's this one, isn't it? Okay, there's a little green patch of Astro there. Oh, go on, I don't want to bump past you. Right, let's make it interesting again. Number one wants to do Group B in a fisherman's. I've got 3 races that have been requested. Remind me, and hopefully we will have some time for another one, and we'll drop it in number one. Remind me on the stream. Where are the guys? I'm going to get boxed in. Number one, can you just give me a thumbs up if you are listening and just heard my answer, just so that I know that you're going to shout that one out later on. Because you know what I'm like? I'm in race prep mode, and I will forget. Whoa! They've got a bit of a slide there. Oh, that's a naughty place to get caught up. I don't want to get caught up there. Oh, 3 wide into this one. Whoa. I don't know if number one's heard my request to shout it out. Right. Patch. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. This would be interesting if I can catch them. They are. Right, now our time to work through to the front again. Yeah, this is Sophie 2, which is a bit predictable, admittedly. It's on the professional setting, but still very predictable. There's that corner again. No, I hit him. Oh dear, that wasn't very good. Right, we'll drop to the back again. Hey, number one pops. No worries. I feel like Jack Kobe dropping to the back like that. Now I know how it feels. Ooh. Right, that's interesting going down there because I can't see my normal braking point if I go down that side. So I've got to be careful if I do that. Guarantee people won't be moving out the way like that later on. Remember what Jack's saying, roll through the corners. Get on the power when you've rotated. This is the dodgy one, isn't it? Broke a bit too early for it that time. There we go. You, doggy, are going to get into trouble. I hope Joe didn't need that bag. She's not closed her room door, has she? You'll get into trouble. Oh, yes, you will. Oh, dear. Right, okay. So, where are we? So, we've got a better idea. But what I want to do now is, now that I've just had a bit of a warm-up, let's just have a little look and see if anybody has got a practice lobby up for this evening. I don't know that anybody has. And I'm not actually sure who's hosting this evening. I think Nick is hosting this evening. And Nick has put this set of races together. And they are absolutely wonderful. It's been a brilliant series of races. Now, one of the things I will need to do, I will need to get my headset sorted out, because I am going to need to get into the I am going to need to get into the chat room this evening. Just wondering whether to use my other headphones or do it on the. I think I'm going to do it on the phone as I normally do. So I've got those ready. Hello, Coda. What are you doing, mate? Yeah, they're still running at the moment. Nick's is going to be the room. So he's still going to be running for another half an hour, I think. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Oh, fiddlesticks. I've done that wrong. Bother. Let me just go into there, save the settings. Where can I save them to? I saved them to, no. I saved them into there, actually. That'll do. It's a good place to put them. We'll come out of there and we'll go and redo that. How long have I got? Got half an hour. So create new, load the settings. But I'm going to set this public. That's what I want. It should be set as GR3s. Yeah. Right. Yes, sim racing it is. I was saying, Nick at TCSRL has come up with some fantastic combos. For this series. I think we've got this and one more to go. Oh, no, don't want to do that. Let's restart that one. CJA821, thank you for subscribing. I think Jack's probably going to scream at me. and say to roll through that corner. I should have stuck with Racing Sophie. That would be a penalty. These tyres are cold out the gate. A lot of you have probably noticed I've got the time of day changing very quickly. That is done for a reason, just so that I can get a bigger swing of track conditions while I'm practicing. I think that Tolkien's got it set up as 3 times. But I just want to put extra pressure on myself in this one, and the different track conditions, the wind swinging around and stuff like that. Woo. Why did I touch the accelerator? Jack's told me just let it rotate around those types of corners. Just let it coast around and then get on the power quick. A little dab of accelerator just pushes you too deep. I came off the brake pedal a bit too early there. Hello, Dan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dan. Happy birthday to you. There you go. There's not many other people are going to sing happy birthday to you on the internet, on stream tonight. That's the first. Oh, come on, get round. I was a bit too late on the brakes there. I've just read that as sing it badly. I sang it very badly. And then I've reread it. That's not what it says. I thought you said sing it badly. I was just going to say, I can sing it badly for you, no problem. The nighttime sky. Okay, so I've got 2 sets of lights on this car. Look, got that set. And I got the bright lights. I need to keep that in mind. Make sure I get on the main beam headlights. Blind the car in front. A little bit deep into there. Tell you what, this has got awfully cold, this track. Tyres are sliding around a little bit. Get on those tyres more. I'm just enjoying the lighting off the side of the track. It's like some of the trees are lit up lighter than others. Look at them over on the right hand side there. I haven't got time to look at the scenery. Need to brake a little bit earlier when it's getting dark. God, this is really slippery at night. Characteristics have completely changed. Right. I'll tell you what. We're not getting anybody in the room. Well, Stiggy's in the room, but not racing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come out of there. Oh. And how long have I got? 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hello, Ollie. Hello, Dan. Racer's Edge. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Here we go. Right. Oh, what tyres am I on? Hang on. What tyres am I on? What tyres am I on? Car settings. Mediums. There's no point practicing on hards. But I'm going to make this as hard as I can. Hello, Vic. How you doing, my friend? How are you today? Come on. Oh, no Racing Edgewood's going to come out. Oh, mate. I'm sorry. I was hoping to get some track time with a real racer rather than Sophie. Sophie's fun, but just not really quick enough. Oh, over broke into there. Got away with it though. Oh, but I don't want to be braking that hard. It stresses my back when I do that. Oh, wow, wow, wow. You want me to load the lobby back up? So I've not got very much time. I've only got 5 minutes. So you guys are going to have to jump in really, really quick. Really quick. I mean super duper 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 quick. As in crazy, crazy, crazy quick. Right, let's see if we're going to get in. Oh, no, don't want to do that. I want to go on the harder tyres. Just get some running on those. These tyres are awful when they're first on. They take a few minutes to get in the zone on this car. Right, where's Ollie? I'm awaiting. I'm awaiting. It is so slow. It's like waiting for a number 45 bus, this. Right, the slipstream is really strong here, really strong. Even though it's on real, it really makes a big difference. Which is going to be pushing me faster, which means I'm going to have to brake earlier. So brake on 200. Oh, we only just got that slowed down. Why did I push the accelerator pedal again? Ollie, go. I want to chase you, mate. Go, 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 go. Ollie is very quick. And if I can stay with Ollie, I'll be happy. Ollie broke a little bit earlier than me. That's a good call. Right, Ollie, I've got to hop across to the main room in a moment. So I am going to lose you in a minute. That's good practice. Right, Ollie, I've got to go, my friend. Thank you, mate. All right, okay. Whoa. Let's just jump out of there. Whoa! My word, my word, my word. Goodness me, what has Coda got now? That will be because I hit the wrong button. That will be because I hit the wrong button. Yeah, the TCSRL do 3 races. So they'll be running this one. I don't know how much longer it's got to go. And then we'll be getting into the race that I'm in. So I'm in the 3rd one. So I just wanted to jump in at 9 o'clock because this is like scheduled for around about 9 o'clock when it runs. So hopefully that will all be sorted. Just do a refresh on that, which is good. So that was me. I hit the wrong button on my Stream Deck. which is not unusual for the moment. Ooh, so Toggy's out front at the moment. They're on lap 3, so as I said, I wasn't sure which lap they're on. They've got 4 minutes to run, so they're not doing too bad. They're only running about 5 minutes after 9, and then we should be getting into the main event as far as I'm concerned. And oh, Toggy going very slow there. I don't know whether there's been an incident on track. He's going unusually slow. What is going on? What on earth is going on? I don't know if there is a chat room that's open. I'm not seeing one at the moment. We'll just hang fire and just wait and see for the moment. So, oh, he knocked a Sierra off. I wasn't watching at the time. But this is it. This is what, you know, really respectful racing. If you do bump somebody, I'd imagine he had a bump with Woots, and they will just wait. And I love that. It's what we do at PSR. It's what they do at TCSRL. We both race the same things. Rita is not racing this evening. She's got some personal issues that she's got to attend to at the moment, which is keeping her away from her PS5 and keeping her otherwise occupied. And I hope everything all works out okay. So I believe that Nix is hosting this one tonight, and this race that we're going to be doing next, I believe, was Nix that chose the combos, and he's chosen some blinding combos. Oh, he's got wide there, checking out the grooms. But we've got Greg White out front at the moment. He's got Ken Block right behind him. So Greg is in the BMW, Ken is in the Ford. I had an amazing battle with Ken yesterday. Ken and Hulky. Sorry, not Ken, Ben Clock. I'm getting confused with what's it. Yeah, Ben Clock and Hulky. Mega race with those guys yesterday. And it was really, really, really good. Got a little bit unfortunate towards the end. But otherwise, yeah, real nose to tail stuff. And it looks like Hulky has picked up where we left off yesterday. He's chasing Ben, looking for a move down the inside. Ben's gone slightly wide into that, but he's going to have the inside line into this corner, but he's going to take it very, very... Oh, and he does tuck in behind Hulky. Oh, and then under braking. Oh, no! As we say that, he reverses into the barrier there. Big old slide. Commentator's curse at once strikes once again. I'm saying that these guys are having a great race, and suddenly boom. But as you can see, Hulky stopping, doing the respectful thing as Ben Ben dives into the pits. What am I doing with the names at the moment? I tell you, my brain cannot keep up. Greg White out front by 3.2 seconds. Look how far ahead he is. And then we've got Propane Danny, an old timer now, vying for second place. And I think Danny's car is a barn find. So I hope he's had some time to put some new shocks and brake discs on that and brake pads, and not just taking it out of the barn and run it. But it could certainly do with a new coat of paint and a wash. But you don't need to have a sparkling clean car to race well. Look at him, second place and pulling away half a second ahead of Propane, 0.6 now. So that's oh, don't go wide. I thought he was going to go wide there. Greg White 2.6, 2.5 out front at the moment, and just behind Old Timer right on the back of Propane. Nothing splitting these two at the moment, so I think that's giving Danny an opportunity just to stretch his legs a little bit, as Propane has got his mirrors all full of Old Timer, as Propane puts at least two wheels on the gravel, if not four there. That's going to be some dirty tyres, which I think has enabled Old Timer to just push his way through. He has. Well, he doesn't push his way through, he's made a nice move. So come on, Mitchell, get the words right. Oh, Propane under braking, trying to make a move there. Couldn't quite make it done. He had to tuck in behind Old Timer, who just came across the front of him there. So nice, respectful racing, and Propane diving into the pit. So it looks like there's a mandatory pit stop for this one. Either that, yeah, it is going to be a mandatory pit stop for this one, I think, in this race. So Propane is in. Gr.x continues on his way out front by 2.9. Danny flashing his lights at us. Hello, Danny. Go on, mate. Go for it. The only thing I would say is, from the winnings from this race, mate, whatever winnings you get, can you talk to your boys and see if they can just do a bit of spit and polish on your motor and maybe treat it to a nice new paint job. I like that. I love the rusticy, grungy cars, you know. Oh, whoever's done that livery's done the back windscreen beautifully. Look at that. The back windows are all grunged out. Oh, that's really nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Straight out the back of a barn, that one. Stick a new set of tyres on it and let's go racing. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. And look at him. He's chasing Gr.x. He's 2.5 behind at the moment. He's really pushing. You can see that BMW really leaning over as he's just laying the car through the corner beautifully. Going really, really, really nicely. And he's got Oldtimer chasing him down behind. 1.6 seconds behind Oldtimer at the moment. And Oldtimer's got Nick's 8.8 behind. And then there is a battle here between Nix and Woods still. Woods is just 0.2 behind. Can he get a move done into the chicane? No, he can't. Both of the cars submarining under braking. The front's absolutely diving into the tarmac as those front tyres complain like crazy. You want me to stop how fast? It says that fast, says Nix. You then get the left-hand tyre going. What on earth are you doing to me? You've thrown all the weight on me and now you want me to get you around a corner. What are you doing? Wow, here we go. I think we've got 4 minutes to run, I think. Can't see the lap times that these guys are doing, unfortunately, in this particular view, but I'm enjoying this. Woods making a move up the inside. Can Nick get the switch back underneath? Or has Woods got that one done? I think Woods has got it done, but I tell you what, Nick's is right there. He's right there and he's going to be side by side any moment now. Can he get up the inside there? No. Can he swing it around? Woods glitching around a little bit at the moment on my screen. I don't know whether Nick's can see that on his. It makes it quite difficult to pass when you've got a car that's glitching around a little bit side by side. That's no criticism. It's just the way that it is, but it is going to make it difficult for Nick's to get by safely. Come on, Nick's, get on the back of him. 0.8 of a second now. Toggy is off the back of Nick's, 2.7 and closing pretty quickly. Toggy in another BMW. You can see he's leaning on that one good and proper. He can see the two cars in front. He can see that gap coming down ever so slowly. But out front now, Danny has managed to really close up on Gr.x. I don't know whether Greg has had a mishap or whether he's just managing the race here, but the gap has come down to 1 second. Oldtimer 2.9 off the back of Danny, which makes me think that Danny is on a flyer. Can Danny get this old barn find up behind Gr.x and get a win? Ooh, we shall see. Tyre situation almost the same. Almost the same. Fractionally in Danny's favour here. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. This is going to be really good. Whoa, Danny really searching for speed through those corners. He looks calm and collected in there, but I bet he's paddling like crazy underneath. I bet the adrenaline is pumping. Greg on his way, just 0.6 in front. So Danny's closing up all the time. A tenth here, half a tenth there, and it's making the difference. Look, he's in the slipstream now as we're going to go down to the fast right hander, then we're going to go up the hill to the chicane. That is going to be all important, I think, for these two guys. Danny has got a slipstream, but it's negligible. Greg hard on the brakes. He turns it in. Danny turns it in. Across the curb, on the power. Oh, just a couple of wheels on the grass there, but all good. It's still 0.7 between these two guys. There's nothing to split them at the moment. They seem to be absolutely locked together. Old timer, 4.6 back at the moment. 10 ahead of Woods and Toggy. Looks like their little battle has been concluded. Toggy's 3 seconds back at the moment, and Nick's 9 seconds back. But the race is for the win. This is where all of the action is right now. These two. It is Greg White and Danny 84. We've been watching Danny close and close and close and close and close on Greg. And he's really, really going. Oh, Greg just finding a few tenths of a second through that little section there. He's pulled it out to 1.1. It could be 1.2 in a moment, but no, Danny says, I'm going to close up on you. He brings it back to 0.9. He's all over the road there and a little bit more. Ebbing and flowing between these two now. 0.9, 0.1, 1.1, 1, 0.9, 0.1, 0.11. 1.1, I mean, back down to 1.0. Can't even read the numbers. I'm watching this. I'm trying to watch the numbers. I'm trying to watch the action. Come on, Danny. Propane comes across the line. He's finished the lap, so these are a lap up. Danny 1 second behind. Possibly not got the slipstream. Greg saying, come on, have me. He's got it down to 0.9. Danny giving it, what, 4 over? Oh, no, Danny. What are you doing? No, old timer goes through. No. Oh, it looks like the barn find brakes finally gave out. Maybe he didn't get the mechanics to change them. Maybe he just put a pair of boots on and went out there. Or maybe that was a shock absorber giving way on that old barn find. The rust giving way. The front of the car dipped. It went around. He couldn't hold it. Something broke, but he does come across the line in third. So it's Greg White in first, old timer second, Danny in third, Woods in fourth. Toggy's going to come across the line in fifth, and then it's going to be Nix, who is going to pick up sixth place, and the last of the runners, because we've got Propane, Hulky, and Ben. Well, actually, they're down a lap at the moment. Not quite sure what's going on there, but there we go. Little bit confused because it looks like Hulky and Ben are still running, but they're going around Toggy, who's finished. I'm really confused. I'm really confused as to what's going on here. Oh, Ben gets a big sideways moment there. Ben is chasing down Hulky here. They're still racing. Strange. There must have been a few down. There must have been a few a little way back. Wow. Right. So what we should be doing now is hopping into the Aston Martins for the Aston Martin race, all being well. This is where I need to start getting serious. I'm going to have to close my door because Coda is going bonkers outside. I think he's playing with Joanna. And let me just check what's going on whilst I'm getting myself all tangled up. What is he doing? Are you playing with him or what?
He's going bonkers.
Or is he just going bonkers? Calm down, dog. Crikey, the rubbish. He's got into all sorts of rubbish out here. Oh, there we go. It doesn't matter. Right, okay. So, let's see if I can find a... Let's see if I can find a chat room. Because I'm going to need to... I am going to need to be in a chat room for cautions. Got it. I think. There we go. Good evening, everybody. Oh, that was a banging race between the guys up front. Oh. Right, so let's get out on track and see what this is like. Okay. Hi. Right, 15-minute qualifier for this one, guys, and then we will be into a half-hour race. So I'm going to be very, very, very quiet on the stream and in the chat room with the guys. Good luck, everybody. Oh no. Right, I'm going to have to keep this next one clean. Stay in the lines, stay in the lines. we'll all pile into each other in the first corner. Then you'll be about 3 yards behind. Do you know what? Sometimes it is. Yeah, 4 minutes to go. Okay, we are back. We're back. Don't know why, but I keep turning my microphone off. Anyway, we're back. Hopefully you can hear me now on the stream. Jack Kobe, yes, we have sung to the birthday boy. Sorry, Nix. Yeah, I'm just reading up on the rules, mate. Hang on a minute. Yeah, no, I'm ready. I'm ready. Don't worry, I have exactly the same rule when I'm hosting, so don't you worry about it. You're learning from the best, my friend. Good luck, everyone. Come on, Hulky. Come on, mate. Too deep. God, I hope this works. Oh, not too deep. No bits. Sorry, Hokey. Hokey. I completely missed my braking. You'll catch up with me at the end anyway. I think I've overdone it on the tyres. Hokey, go down the left-hand side if you want to into this one. You'll be quicker. I won't fight you. You got mediums or softs on? Or do you not want to say? Don't say if you don't want to. Little bump, Hokey. No! Why do I always do it when I'm leading? Throw it off the track. Yeah, no, I just completely missed my braking point. It's alright, don't worry. I always manage to bin it when I'm out front. Yeah. Maybe 2 seconds. 2.5. Stay in the lines, Mitchell. Hulky, I messed it up too, mate. We were going well together. We're two peas in the same pod, you and me, mate. Sorry. I couldn't get that slowed down quick enough. Gave you a boost for the straight though. You covered it all right though. I've overfueled just in case it went an extra lap. Thank you, Propane. Are you struggling? Oh my gosh. It's called a learning experience. Got a third, but should have been better. Okay. Well, I was close because I went across the line with 4 minutes and 6 seconds, I think, left. So it was really borderline as to whether it was going to be another one. Well done, guys. Well done, Woots and Greg White. It's between you two for the win here. Nobody else is racing. It's just the two of you. Bad luck, Hulky. I think that's giving you the championship, Greg. Well done, my friend. Tell you what, this has been a brilliant championship. Absolutely fantastic. Who got it? Well done, Woods. Well done. Nix, I'm just saving the replay for Rita in case, and I'm sharing it as TCSRL if anybody wants it. And thank you for hosting, Nix. Nix, it's Nix, it's saved. Oh, all done. Well done, everyone. Ooh, we got the fastest lap. Ooh. Wow. We got the fastest lap. I can't believe that, a 4:03.535. So I will get an extra point, but Greg is way ahead of me. I needed to win that and for Greg to have a poor race. So I think the fact that he's got second, there is no way that I can catch him now. So, but we'll be chasing for second in the championship. I think I'll have to have a look at the look at the tables later on. But it was Wurtz who, by the sound of things, came from the back to take the win with a 4:04.012, which is a stunning, brilliant achievement. Greg in second with a 4:04.110. I managed to get third with a 4:03.535 and the fastest lap. Old timer behind me in fourth, then Toggy, Propane, Hulky, and Nix in eighth. And unfortunately, that spin, it's my inability to maintain my concentration at the moment is starting to really prove to be a bit of a what's the word I want? Bit of a challenge at the moment, which is annoying. It's annoying. It's very, very, very annoying. I did it last night. I got to around about 20 laps and I couldn't remember what corner I was on. I couldn't remember what the braking points were. Suddenly the whole strategy went out of my head, and thankfully in my ear Jack was saying strategy and questioning the strategy that I was on, and because of that he was keeping me on track with regards to the strategy. Otherwise I think I'd have probably forgotten the tyres. The sooner I get over this illness that I've got, the better, and the sooner I can get back to hopefully racing properly. And talking about that, I am not going to be racing this race. I need a break, and I've been told that what I need to do is race short races, 10-15 minutes. Okay, that's a half hour, but I really need to be doing 15-minute races, then have a break, then a 15-minute race, and then a break. That is the instruction that I've been given. So for those of you that are going to be wondering why I am not going to be racing this one as much as I'd love to, because I absolutely adore Bathurst. It's one of my favourite tracks, and yeah, just can't do it. I can't do it. I've got to behave. Oh, wow, what a race! What a race, though. Oh, need a controller. Let's just grab the controller. Hopefully we'll get a few people in for this one. If we do, I will keep it as a private lobby. If we start to lose people, then I will drop it down to public. But for the moment, I'm really interested to see how things go. Yay, I love it. Game with Dan. He's got happy birthday on his livery. Yay. Love it. I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that either. Oh. So, welcome to everybody that's in the chat. Forgive me, I am so far out of kilter with what is going on in the chat at the moment because I was just fully concentrated, fully engaged in that particular race. After that spin, it really was disaster recovery, and how on earth we got back to third place, I really don't know. Yeah, could we have won it? I don't know. I think yeah, it was unfortunate. Some other people had some unfortunate issues in that one as well, and yeah, we'll see how we go. So the races I've got set up first of all is Bathurst in the Elantra, then we're doing something in the Porsche, Le Mans in the Porsche, and then we're doing Nords in the Roadster, and then at the end of that I'm hoping to do a fourth one, which is going to be Group B's at Fisherman Ranch. Number one Pops is saying he's going to use the ice cream van challenge. So although he's saying Group B's, maybe we're going to be in the little Suzuki truck thingy, I think. But I'm hoping to do the four. And Nords is only 2 laps, so theoretically, yeah, it'll probably take us a little bit over the 11. Well, it will take us over the 11 o'clock because it's 22 at the moment. Saying that, I am going to let everybody know when the qualifier's set. In fact, what I might do is I might do the qualifier for this one, but none of the other races. That's what I might do. I'm going to start this one at 25. So we've got 2 minutes. And at the moment, we've got Gamer Dan, Ollie, Wills, Hulky, Borky, Ness Sim Racing, Outlaw, number one Pops. And let's see how we go. I don't know if there's anybody else out there that is looking to join us. You know, just in the chat, it's very difficult to go through everybody, but Edge Racing, good evening. Gamer Dan is in. Ollie, I can see, and Jack Kobe was in earlier on. He's probably going to rip my race apart, especially the spin. I can imagine he's probably screaming at me. Rightly so. Borky's in. Good evening. Number one Pops, obviously we're just talking about. Good evening to you. And I can see that Hulky is in. Sim Racing. So yeah, good luck to everybody. Number one Pops just confirming everyone can use a Group B, and I'll run a ice cream van and I'll come top 3, I hope. Well, there is a challenge and something to watch. So for the moment, we have got Gamer Dan, Ollie, Wills, Hulky, Borky, Sim Racing, Outlaw, number one Pops. I am so desperate to race this one, but I'm not going to. I am going to do as I'm told. All right, we're going to be getting going in just a few minutes, guys. Just a few moments, guys. Wait, oh, I didn't make myself a coffee. I should have done. That's the other thing that's really weird. I didn't know. I've been told I've got to drink caffeinated coffee. Normally I drink decaf drinks, but I've got to drink caffeine because it does things to the blood vessels in your head. Never knew that. So I'm on caffeinated coffee at the moment. The only trouble with caffeinated coffee, normally it gives me a headache, but it's not at the moment. But it's keeping me awake at night. I'm drinking too much of it, I think. Right, here we go. Let's start the qualifying. We've got Gamer Dan, Ollie, Wills, Hulky, Borky, Sim Racing, and number one Pops. And I tell you now, there are some quick guys in this car. My prediction of the people to watch here is going to be Dan, Ollie, and number one. Although Borky's got really quick just recently, and Hulky's taken a massive step forward lately. So it really could be anybody's race in this. I'm really not sure that I could call it, if I'm honest. I've just mentioned a load of names, but really I think I could have probably mentioned everybody's names in that one. You know, Ollie, Gamer Dan and Wills are naturally quick. Hulky has really stepped up lately. He is on, well, you saw him racing around that race we just had. He was out front winning. And the two of us working, we had that in our pockets until we both threw it away. Sim racing, he's new to PSR at the moment, so finding his feet at the moment. So Hulky, Gaming Down Wheels, sim racing, Ollie I mentioned, and Borky he's finding pace like I can't believe at the moment. Getting quicker and quicker and quicker. He was on controller for a while. Then he was on the wheel, couldn't get on with the wheel, going backwards and forwards between wheel and controller, I think, for a short while. Borky will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's back on the wheel permanently now, and he is completely settled into it. I've just been watching some of his races lately, and they have been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to watch. And then number one pops in this car is just sublime. I often call it when we're in these GR4s to watch for number one pops. Sometimes he'll come from the back and he's on the podium up front or even winning it. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how he goes around here in this one. And it was great to see him in the GR3 yesterday as well, and doing very, very well, which was really cool. Ollie says the crown is staying with me. Well, my friend, I think you might have your work cut out tonight, because there's a certain young man who's celebrating his birthday today, and I tell you what, he is on it tonight. He's on it. I'm predicting, given what Ollie's just said, I am predicting a gargantuan battle between Gamer Dan, Ollie, with number one and Wills right in it as well, and everybody else really close as well. It's going to be really, really, really close, this one, because it's hard to call. It really is hard to call, but I've got a funny feeling that Dan and Ollie, they're two brilliant racers at the mountain. I mean, yeah. And I believe that Ollie's got the crown at the moment, and if I know Dan, he's going to want that crown back good and proper. So it will be interesting. We're just watching Borky at the moment. He's going so well. 2:10.569. Outlaw hasn't, number one pops hasn't done one yet. So Borky's done a 2:10.5, although they're red, so they're out laps, aren't they? They're out laps. Ignore that, ignore that, ignore that. Hulky in the black and green car. He was going so well just now. Really, really on it around Le Mans. I'm thoroughly enjoying racing with Hulky again. There was a time when Hulky was way, way, way out in front of me. He just took a massive step forward. Been working with Greg, I think. And great that that happens. I love it when you guys pair up and you work together. And I think you've been working with Greg, and those guys, I mean, what they've done together was absolutely superb. And Hulky took a massive, massive step forward, and I've had to really dig deep to try and get back onto terms. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. As you saw in that one, I was struggling to stay with Hulky, and I think he was getting away from me, and you know, that was why I dropped it. Pushing too hard on the braking points and the turning points, and just for one moment there, I didn't even brake for the corner, and then I realised the corner was there. That's what my brain does. It just switches off at times. Really annoying. And but I'm loving him. He's absolutely going gangbusters. Oh, Jack Kobe's in. Jack Kobe's just joined us. Unfortunately, he's not going to be in this one. And I'm not in it as well. Dan just pulling up alongside Hulky. He's got a great run out of that corner. The birthday boy. I tell you what, Hulky's not giving this up, is he? Oh, he's just jumped in behind. Jack, I'll try and get you in at the back. because we've only got a few. Go on, okay, stay with him. Go on. I need to jot down the what's the order. I don't often do this, but I owe Jack Kobe a massive thank you for stepping in and racing with me yesterday as my teammate, and for jumping on early and giving me some very valued and welcome tuition last night that really did make a massive difference, and also made a big difference to my race today. Really trying to apply what I've been learned or what I've been taught yesterday. Jack, just an amazing teacher, as Greg and Dan have been teaching people as well. Dan spent some time with Borky and has been helping him, and great friendships have grown over the last couple of years, and it's been great to see these guys helping each other and seeing the people that were running around, yeah, sort of towards the back and spinning and going too deep and stuff. Now we look at them and they're just on it. I mean, just look at Hulky here. Beautiful lines, beautiful cornering. You know, I occasionally get people contact me and say, thank you for doing this streaming and for having the YouTube channel, because like me, a lot of people will look back at a year or 2 years ago and see where they were and where they are now. And it really is amazing. Have I started the quali? That is the quali, isn't it? That was a long qualifier. Yeah, it was. It's great when people do that and they look back and then they say. So Dan, you know, they say how much they like it and they can see how they've improved. Ollie, Wheels, and then we got number one, Hulky. We got Borky, and we got Sim, and Jack at the back. So, right, bear with me a second, guys. I'm just gonna actually do this. In the race, and how can I do the? Why can I not change the grid order? Okay, I think that works. Okay, just give me a second, guys. When you guys are all in, we'll give it a go. I think we should give Jack Kobe a 30-second start penalty for coming in late. Hulky, number one, I need you to tick in, please. Okay, so change grid order. Right, so Jack is going to be at the back. Then we've got Dan is out front. Ollie, Wheels, number one. Then we've got Hulky, Borky, Sim, Drac. That's it, isn't it? Game of Dan, Ollie, Wheels. I think that's all good. We'll apply that. If everybody is ready. Right, so we are, hopefully everybody's ready. Give them a moment just to get themselves sorted out. For me, just to get myself sorted out. Oh. All right, Dan's ready. All right, I am going to, the race is going to start at 36, assuming I can get this typed in quick enough. That way everybody knows. Everybody knows where we're at. So it's going to be Gamer Dan is going to lead us away with Ollie on the front row. Second row is Wills and number one Pops. Behind them, Hulky and Borky. And then Sim Racing and Jacoby following up at the back. We've got everybody's ready. And Gamer Dan is saying to Borky to block Dan, to block Jack. Have we got some team orders coming into play already? I tell you what, Gamer Dan and Borky, they need to have the same livery. And then I know they're racing together. I never know whether they're racing together or racing against each other these days. Let's put some details on. Right, so we are out Mount Panorama. The sun is out. We are waiting for the lights to go on. We got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are going to be racing at Bathurst. Oh, Gamer Dan gets a, I don't know whether it's a false start, but there was a stumble on the line there. The car just seemed to move and then stop, and then it moved again. Whoa! Ollie jumping Gamer Dan's nose off, and number one Pops getting hung out to dry on the exit of the curb there. So I did say that number one is blooming quick in these cars. He is going to need to be, because unfortunately at the moment he's lost 2.7 seconds off the back, but mark my words, that will likely change. Out front it is Ollie leading Gamer Dan, so the two protagonists, whatever word I want, are up front at the moment. Wills in third, Jacoby in fourth, and yeah, let's see how this one pans out. At the moment, Hulky just a little bit further back. There's a bit of a gap, and then there's a little bit of a gap back to Borky. But I think Borky's closing up on Hulky as we go over the top of the mountain. We've got the tight right-hander. They're going to need to make sure that they don't get into the gravel. Wheels looking up the inside of down there. Oh, that was close. Just had to tuck in behind, and then we're going to go down the hill. This is the little switchback. They've all got through there nicely, I think. Just checking the mini-map, it all looks good. We've got a lovely overhead shot of these cars coming down the hill. All important this last turn. Get on the power early and then use that power all the way down the hill. Gamer Dan flashing his lights at Ollie, trying to put him off. But I tell you what, Ollie will have none of that. He won't even be looking in his rearview mirror because, well, he has thrown down the gauntlet, and Dan is just closing up a few tenths of a second all the time. It's still half a second, but I tell you what, Jacoby and Wills just behind, absolutely nose to tail, those guys. Oh, big old twitch as Ollie and Gamer Dan go through the corner there, and then we're going to come down to the left-hander, and then we'll be going across the line, and we'll see what the time differences are between them. I'm going to have to be very, very, very quick because it's very tight. It is going to be 0.7 between Ollie and Gamer Dan, then 0.6 to Jacoby, 0.1 to Wills, 1.4 to Hulky, 0.7 to Borky, 1.9 to Sim Racing, and 0.14 to number one Pops. So as I said, number one Pops already on a flyer and catching up. He does Sim Racing into the first corner. Sim Racing will now be able to get onto the back of one very, very quick GR4 racer. Borky still going really well, chasing down Hulky, just 0.8 behind. So slipstream territory at the moment, if he can stay there for the long straight, down the back straight, all about being able to get down there quickly. In fact, he's closing up a little bit. I'm going to jump off with those guys because I don't want commentator's curse to kick in. Out front though, it's Ollie, 0.4 ahead of Gamer Dan, 0.7 to Jacoby. So Jack just sitting back and watching this one at the moment unfold in front of him. And then Wills is in fourth at the moment. He's just off the back of these guys. All four of these, I tell you what, any one of these four could be standing on the top step at the end of this race. Any one of these four. We're on lap 2. We've got a long old way to go yet as we head down through the switchback. Cars twitching around under power, twitching around under braking. Gamer Dan taking a slightly tighter line through there. Jacoby taking the wider line, trying to get onto the power earlier to open up the corner. He does fractionally. He's also got a slipstream, but so does Dan. Can Dan close up any more now? Dan managed to close up to half a second at the end of this long straight on the last lap, I believe. He's closing up now. He's on the 0.5s, 0.57. As we go through, Ollie's really quick through there. Ollie's got it back out to 0.7. Ollie with a slightly better line through there than Dan. Dan just giving away a few tenths of a second. And Jack Kobe's saying, yep, okay, I'll have those few tenths of a second off of you. And he's got him down to 0.5. Now, is Jack going to work with Dan to push Dan up towards Ollie? Or is Kobe going to go for it? We shall see. Ollie, Dan, Kobe and Wills all over that curb there. Identical line out of that. And you can see the camera shot. These three cars just a second covering all three of them. In fact, they're all now within a second of each other as Kobe brakes hard, closes up. Riding on board with Dan, just so I can get the deltas. 0.2 between Ollie and Dan. Oh, Gamer Dan looking out around the outside. I thought he was going to try a really audacious move there. That would have been incredible if he'd made that stick, but I think he's just compromised himself just a little bit. Kobe won't be able to get through there. He's going to have to tuck in behind because you've got to go single through here. If you try and go side by side, you're just going to slow each other up. So Jack is probably going to be pushing Dan to make sure that they get onto the back of Ollie. They're then going to have to watch themselves very, very carefully through here. I can't imagine anybody's going to want to try and make a move as we go down the mountain. It will be the long back straight where they'll try to do it. A little bit of dust kicking up there from Ollie. Dan will have seen that. Oh, there was a bit of dirt being thrown up there from Gamer Dan as well as we head into the tight left-hander. Who's going to come out in front? What are the margins going to be? Ollie, once again, he's made time up over the mountain. He's 0.6 again as we get to the top of the long straight, 0.5 to Jack Kobe. So Ollie is really, really good in that latter part coming over the top of the mountain. And Dan just giving a few tenths away down the hill, and then he's having to try and close up. Closes up, but then Ollie is blindingly quick through here. Dan is probably going to be watching and learning and seeing if he can do anything. It's just 0.6 this time and closing, so Dan's been learning. Jack Kobe pushing hard behind. Wheels just off the back of this one at the moment. I apologise I'm not looking at the race behind. We will check in on them in a moment, but this is absolutely dynamite up front. There is less than a second still splitting these top three. It's a single make race. We've got Bop on. There is no car advantage, no tuning advantage or anything. It is just car and driver. It's all about the driver in this one. And we've got Ollie is 0.4 ahead of Gamer Dan, who's 0.2 ahead of Jack Kobe. 2.4 back to Wills, and then 4 back to Hulky. Hulky is just 0.1 ahead of Borky. These two very close together. In fact, I think Borky's actually pushing Hulky down the straight there to try and gap number one Pops, who is 1.5 behind and still going well. Sim Racing 3.6 off the back at the moment. Sim Racing still settling in to PSR at the moment and finding his feet. And I might be right in saying relatively new to online racing. Not entirely sure, but definitely new to us. And he's in a very, 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 very quick lobby tonight because he's got in with some of PSR's finest races. And I don't just mean fast. I mean fast, clinical, respectful, just professional guys. As you can see here, Ollie 0.6 ahead at the moment as we head down the mountain. He's stretched that lead out again. It's going to be 0.8 as we get into the last corner. Gamer Dan needs a blinder. He's gone for that tighter line again. Jack Kobe going for the wider line. Jack Kobe 0.2 behind. Can you do anything about closing down on Gamer Dan? Gamer Dan sporting that birthday livery. I'm beginning to wonder if Gamer Dan is slightly slowed down here because he's eating too much birthday cake. I think it is. I think it is. Come on, Dan. Keep your foot in there. They're side by side. Kobe going for it around the outside. Can he make that move? Oh, Dan all over the curb there and then the grass. Oh, he's going to have dirty tyres now going into the first corner. This is going to be a bit... this is going to be tight. Ollie out front at the moment. He's trying to retain his crown. Gamer Dan really pushing hard. Jacoby just getting out in front. Can Jacoby get in front of Ollie and take the crown, the Bathurst crown, away from Ollie? We will see. We will see. Ollie under enormous pressure now as Jacoby is flashing his lights down this straight. He's coming for him. Jacoby wants the crown. Going to be hard on the brakes. What is it at the moment? It is 0.9 between Jacoby and Ollie. Can Ollie keep his cool under pressure? Gamer down, really wanting Jacoby to push, because if Jacoby can push and get into a battle with Ollie, the way that Ollie is racing here, it could be a battle where those two slow each other down, and that could bring Gamer Dan right on to the back of them. Dan is pushing hard. I think he might have had a wall rub there just in the back. I'm not entirely sure. If it wasn't, it was a blindingly close call on the wall, but he's 1.4 back at the moment. Oh, Ollie with a mistake. He's on the grass. What did he hold that? He's got to be in the wall down here. He's not, but he's got Jacoby right on his back bumper. A rare mistake from Ollie. Gamer Dan will have seen that. But down 1.6 off the back at the moment. Jacoby putting enormous pressure on Ollie, who clobbers the wall again and lets Jack through. Oh, Ollie succumbing to the pressure. He couldn't quite handle it. Jacoby finds his way through. Ollie pushing hard though. He's 0.3 behind. Jacoby, I think he's going to be setting the fastest lap in the Plato Racing. I believe that is the livery that Jason Plato's team is going to be running in the BTCC this year. Thoroughly looking forward to seeing how his team does in their first year in the British Touring Car. It's going to be great to see Plato not on the grid, but back involved with a team and leading a team, and it'll be very interesting to see the experience that he's going to bring. A real old hand at British Touring Cars, and one of the all-time best in my opinion. But Ollie is not giving up here. Ollie is 0.1 behind Jacoby. In fact, he's going to be alongside as we go into this tight right-hander. This is the last lap, and we're going to be having a really tight line into here. Gamer down, flashing his lights for all that he can at the moment to try and catch up with those guys, trying to intimidate them. The lights flashing all the time. Jacoby, Ollie, they're all flashing their lights at the moment. There really ought to be a rule against it. It's very off-putting. But then again, these guys, they know what they're doing. They know how to race. Flashing lights is not going to intimidate any of these guys. This is absolutely incredible. Ollie, with just a few little mistakes, has cost him badly, and it has put him 0.7 behind Jacoby, and Dan has now got this down to 0.6. So Dan has closed up, and Dan is really pushing. I mean, Dan is really pushing hard here. I tell you what, this is not over by any stretch of the imagination. There is little bits of mud and grass being kicked up. There's little bits of paintwork being left on walls. It's all about this corner. Oh no! I think, was that Dan or was that Ollie into the wall? I think that was Dan into the wall. I don't know actually, because Dan is closing, but he is 0.8 behind. He's closing, it's 0.79. It's bouncing around the time actually. Not quite sure. I don't think the timer can actually keep up with it. It was 7.7 at the moment. Don't think it's going to be enough. I think Ollie has just got this one. But I think that Kobe is going to take the Mount Panorama crown, because we've just got 2 corners to do, unless Jack Kobe decides to turn right and do a little dance in the corner. No, he hasn't. He's going for it. He is going to take the crown by 0.6 of a second. Ollie 0.7 ahead of Gamer Dan. Dan is going to be desperate to get that crown back. He was the king of Mount Panorama for so long. But that was incredible. What a race. Jack Kobe, Ollie, Gamer Dan. tiniest little errors made a difference there. But oh my word, I don't know what happened at the back. Unfortunately, we pulled away from that because we were just watching the guys at the front. Those three, absolutely incredible. We'll see how the others fared in just a moment. And number one Pops is saying he messed up, as did Hulky. And Borky saying, wow, what a race, Hulky and Pops. And Jack Kobe says, was hard going from the Porsche to that car. I can imagine. But, Jack, you're going to be in the Porsche again now. You're going to be in the Porsche. And Gamer Dan saying, what a race. So much pressure. Lots in that one. Look at that. Jack Kobe was your winner at 2:13.515. The king of the mountain at the moment. He takes the crown from Ollie, who got a second, points 633 behind with a 2:13.823. He did get ahead of Gamer Dan, the birthday boy. So I think Ollie will have a little bit of a smile on his face. He was 1.3 back with a 2:13.7. Wills Racing in fourth. Borky fifth. But look at this. Borky and Hulky, just 0.3 of a second between those guys for fifth and sixth. And our number one Pops fighting back as well in seventh, and Stim Racing in eighth. But Jack Kobe, Ollie and Gamer Dan gave us an absolutely barned storming of a race. What I want to do is change the event settings. Load, and this one. We'll load that one. And what I am going to do is I'm going to change. Oh, that wasn't what I'm wanting to do. I tell you, my brain, it's gone again. Getting all the buttons wrong, codes. I'm going to sit this one out as well, guys. As much as I want to race, I am cream crackered from the race earlier on. Okay, I can't change at the moment, but we are going to do away with quali. We're going to go straight into it because I want to get an additional race in, and it is 5:2. I don't know where the time has gone today. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, actually. Where are we? It's 11 o'clock. I'm going to drop this down to 3 laps. We're going to do 3 laps on this one. And then, because we want to do the Nords. I particularly want to do the Nords. Sim Racing saying, well done everyone, learning the ropes at the back in that one. This is the place to do it, my friend. This really is the place to do it. No Hulky, no running out of fuel on this one. Jack Kobe's just asking for me to do a shout out on the livery. This livery was put together by Drac Fury. Get my words right. Drac Fury spent a lot of time putting that together. It's a really, really nice livery in Kobe's normal silver, white, black and pink. And let's see if the pink will make it go like stink. Had to think about that one. Number one, are you all right to do the rally one tomorrow? Are you racing tomorrow? If you are, we can do that tomorrow. Right, where are we? So we got everybody in. We got Jack Kobe, Gamer Dan, Ollie, Wheels, Hulky, Borky, Sim Racing, number one Pops. Let's get this one underway. and we'll see how we go. Cool. Thank you, number one. I appreciate that. Remind me, and we'll do that one tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to we were going to do the Elantra tomorrow. How do you fancy the Elantra around Fisherman's? Because I was going to do an Elantra all night long for you, if you remember. How about that? That would be fun, wouldn't it? Jack, no, it's not Dan's night tomorrow. Dan won't be racing tomorrow. He's going out with the family. He's got a birthday supper lined up for tomorrow, which will be rather nice. Oh, Ollie just giving Gamer Dan a little bit of a push through there. So it's Gamer Dan out front, Ollie second, Hulky third, Wheels Racing. It's swapping around. We'll see how things change. You'll notice as well, we've not gone for the chicane here. So this is all going to be about the guys working together, I think. And I can't believe this, but Gamer Dan and Ollie are already 2.5 seconds out front. How on earth have they done that? If they work together, then I think that they're just going to run away. Absolutely run away. Wow. So Ollie and Dan just working together for the moment. They're 2.5 seconds ahead of Hulky at the moment, and Hulky's got Jack Kobe working with them at the moment. So we've got Gamer Dan and Ollie working together. We've got Hulky and Jack Kobe working together. Borky and number one are working together. But then we've got Wheels on his own and Sim Racing at the back at the moment. Long straight. The unfortunate thing here is that Wheels and Sim Racing are likely just to fall further and further back, because bump drafting, teaming up with somebody, is everything around here, and that is why you're seeing these three guys all together. If I just Borky and number one pops with penalties, and you can see there that Wheels is just losing time at the moment. And we got a big pile up. We've got a big pile up at the end of the Mulsanne straight. Massive pile up at the back there. We've got Hulky rejoining. Hulky has had a mare of a race at Le Mans this evening. His luck does not continue, but I imagine he will now get onto the back. Okay, Borky's just... Okay, looks like Hulky and Borky, maybe the slipstream. The problem is with the bump drafting is you've got to be very careful when you get towards the end of a straight, because you can overdo it and cause some issues. So I've got a feeling that we could see a three-way bump draft coming up in a moment when we get through the twiddly bit and onto the Mulsanne straight, if those guys are together. At the moment, Jack Kobe, well, it's all changed because it's all gone a bit wibbly-wobbly. It's okay out the front because we've got Dan and Ollie are still pretty much together. Dan making a move on Ollie. I think Ollie was actually letting Dan through there. That looked like a orchestrated swap there by the looks of things. As we go, I think, are these the Porsche curves? I can't remember. Wow, I just love watching these guys. I can never get tired of watching these guys racing. Damn, 0.9 ahead of Ollie, who's 0.7 ahead of Jack Kobe. How many times have I been calling out those numbers tonight? Jack Kobe closing up on Ollie now. That slipstream is going to be everything. What order are they going to be in when they get to the Mulsanne straight? That is going to be the main thing here. Look at Jack Kobe slide that Porsche through that corner just to get the rotation on it. Absolutely sublime. Wow. This really is watching a master at work with these three. Which three masters at work. Incredible stuff. No sliding on that one. They want the traction to get on to the back of each other for the straight. So is this going to turn into a 3-car battle? Now what was interesting in the Aston Martin is there was a 3-car battle with Hulkie out front and then Greg and me. I got a slipstream off of Greg. Greg then bumped Hulkie and I managed to jump the pair of them just with the slipstream, exactly as Jack Kobe is just doing. He's tucked in behind Ollie, but look at the overrun that he's got. That is exactly what I did in the race. I chucked it all away later on. But Ollie's gone for the inside. And I think that it's negated now. I think that Ollie just ahead of Gamer Dan and Jack has dropped in behind. So it has changed around a little bit, but these guys so close together. I mean, they are absolutely locked together. Bump draft in, slipstream in. Gamer Dan pulls out as we get towards the bottom of the straight. Hopefully these guys can get this slowed down and we don't get a repeat of what we had a moment ago. Ollie's going deep. He gets a slide. They're going to be 3 wide together as they come out of there. That's insane. Just a little bit further back, we got a few other guys going through. Wills gets through nicely. Number 1 pops, no dramas. Sim Racing, no dramas either. We've got a few penalties at the back here. And then Borky and Hulkie. Hulkie, 9.7 back. Hulkie's having a mare of a race around Le Mans. I think he's going to park his car up, throw the keys in the bin, and go and have a sulk in a pub somewhere. I would. He's had a mare of a race tonight. No such drama out front though. Tell you what, when Le Mans is unkind to you, it can be the most unkind track in the world, especially when you don't have the chicane, because you get stranded at the back. There's nobody to work with, and your race is over, and all you can do is just carry on round, just in no man's land. It's demoralising, but respect to Hulkie and to the guys at the back that are continuing to run. It was the same with Jan Mardenborough, wasn't it, around Le Mans he was racing for Nissan and sat in the pits for a lap or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know how long he was in the pits for. They did get him out, but he didn't even get off the grid. That must have been demoralising, heartbreaking. I'm still yet to watch the remainder of that documentary and to see how it finished up, but really great little thingy on Amazon Prime that I'm watching at the moment and thoroughly enjoying it. Jack Kobe is out at the moment, no penalty, but behind we've got Ollie with a half-second penalty and Dan with a 1-second penalty. So these two boys really need to get on it. They need to be getting on it and getting on the back of Jack Kobe. Gamer Dan just going a little bit deep into there. I thought he was going to get past Ollie, but he had to slow that one down. That compromised him just a little bit, but he will be able to close up on Ollie. And well, we've seen the way that the slipstream works here. So Dan is close enough to Ollie to pick up the slipstream and bump. And then I imagine at the end of the Mulsanne straight, bearing in mind this is the last lap, they should theoretically be close to Kobe. Will that pan out? Kobe is 2.2, 2.3 seconds ahead. Kobe's actually pulling away. Jack Kobe is pulling away at the moment. And I'll tell you now, Gamer Dan is not close enough to Ollie. He's got the slip at the moment. Ollie is probably saying, come on Dan, get on the back of me. We've really got to work together here. Dan needs to push him so that they can close that gap, because remember, they've got penalties to serve as well. Jack Kobe, if he can keep it clean and tidy, I think he's potentially got this one done as we're getting down towards the end of the Mulsanne straight. It is going to be down to under 2 seconds. So the two guys behind are working together as best that they can, but I don't think it's going to be enough They're going to be hard on the brakes in a few moments. Let's hope they don't go too deep into the last corner. Well, not the last corner, the corner at the end of the Mulsanne straight. Jack Kobe, hard on the brakes, getting it turned in. We can't see the brake lights. Lovely corner there. Ollie and Gamer Dan both pushing track limits. Hopefully they were both okay. And they've got Jack Kobe down to 1 second now. They're still working together, those guys. This might not be over yet. The penalties, I'm so annoyed about the penalties because it's robbing us of what would have been an absolute blinding grandstand finish. Because obviously Dan is going to drop half a second off of Ollie, which means they won't be able to work together, which I think has just gifted this one to Kobe. We've just got the right-hander here. Then we get into, I think it's the Porsche curves. I don't know if I'm calling that correctly. That is an area where you can get into real problems. We've got the 2 penalties served now, and you're going to see the change. Well, I'll be blowed. Ollie served his penalty and has stayed on the back of Jack Kobe. Gamer Dan's just fallen away, but I tell you what, I don't know how Ollie did that, but he lost next to no. It's the timing charts. He did lose time. It's gone down to 1.5. The timing chart must have been out there because it was recording Ollie as not losing any time, but he has. It's gone to 1.5 seconds to Jack Kobe, and it's gone 1.1 to Dan. So Dan is closing up on Ollie at the moment, but Ollie not close enough, not able to close up unless he can be really, really, really quick through the last chicane. We got 1, 2, we got, whoa, no, he's not going to be able to do it. It's Jack Kobe, 1.4 on the line, Ollie 1.2 back. We then got Wills just coming through. Oh, look at the lines, beautiful slide there, lovely control. He's in that beautiful Golf livery as he's going to come across the line. Number 1 Pops with a fine 5th. Remember, number 1 Pops doesn't like the GR3 cars, but he's banged it in for a nice 5th. Sim Racing with a good 6th. We got Borky coming across the line to take 7th. And my mate, Hulky, who cannot get a break around Le Mans today. Come on, my friend. Come on. Over you come. Well done for keeping going. Oh, Hulky cannot get a break. Wow, 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 wow. Absolutely phenomenal. What a race. What a race. I will share it. I was going to not share it to save some time. We're going to do one more, guys. One more race. And then tomorrow, we're going to be in the Elantra for a Friday special all night long. And we're going to be doing Fisherman's Ranch. Fisherman's Ranch in the Elantra. Going to be good, isn't it? I'm going to be spectating that race because I don't do the dirt tracks very well, and I've got a feeling that it is, depending on who we get in, could be an absolute classic race. That was amazing, guys. Jack Kobe was your winner with a 3:44.561. Fastest lap, probably academic really on this one. Ollie in, well, it's good he's got it, but obviously with the bump drafting and stuff, mind you, he didn't get a lot of bump drafting, so that's a pretty good lap to do that. Kudos, Jack. Ollie in second, a 3:45.8, and Gamer Dan with a 3:46.9 in third. Those two guys working together. Penalties spoilt the finish at the end, but there we go. Wheels Racing in fourth, number 1 Pops in fifth, Sim Racing in sixth, Borky seventh, Hulky in eighth. Right, let's load up the last one. It is going to be the Nordschleife, and we are in the Mazda touring cars for this one. And I am going to, I'm sorry guys, I'm going to have to sit out of this. My head is killing me right now. Get me down. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to all right, bear with me a second. What I'm going to do is the race on this is going to be starting at I'm going to start this one at 1:15. I just need to move around my room for a minute. Yeah, Mazda touring car in this one. Jack Kobe, that's the wrong car. Oh. Don't think you guys can see the engine in that. A beautiful, beautiful engine in that model. Really, really, really nice. Yes, Stevie, I'm going to be watching this one. I am. I'm not in a fit state to race, I'm afraid. I have got to start. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this. I got this model, and it is. I love this. It's huge. It is huge. It's Eleanor, and it's a couple of people have asked about it. If we can get this in. Look at the detail in that engine. Look at it. It's wicked. I love this. It's huge. It's a big old model, that one. And what I am going to do very soon is I will be doing a video of my room, and you'll see the model collection at some point. You will see the model collection at some point, I promise. Right, just oh. Right, that's better. Oh, I need my controller. Oh. It's better. Oh, we're back. We're back in the chair. The gloves can stay up there. Oh, you don't want to look at my ugly mug. Number One Pops has got a Funko Pop collection. Oh, I'd love to see that. What is a Funko Pop collection? This one's supposed to be the Mazda touring car, guys. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I've got the room set up wrong, haven't I? Duh, brain. Sorry, guys. I've got this set up wrong. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Jack and Number One, can you just pop out for a moment? I'm struggling to change the room. It's my mistake. Sorry, guys. There we go. We're done. We're in. I think it was you guys. Right. Sorry, guys. That's my mistake. Sim Racing, thanks ever so much, guys. Thank you. Keep racing with us, my friend, and we will get you quicker. We'll get you faster, I promise. And another night when I'm not doing a competition, I'll spend a little bit of time racing with you and helping you. And Yeah, Borky, I'm sorry. Yeah, just a bit all over the place at the moment. Sorry, guys. I'm hoping in a couple of months' time, when this all sorts itself out, fingers crossed, that I'll be able to get back to proper hosting. I have thought, Ollie, I need you to tick in, mate. Is Ollie racing? Ollie, are you watching this, or you? He is in. So you've got Jack, Kobe, Gamer Dan, Ollie, Wills, Borky, number one, Stiggy. Let's go. Let's get this one underway. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm hoping when I get myself fit, I'll be able to get back into some sense of hosting properly. At the moment, I can only apologise for all of the wrong things I'm saying, the silly mistakes that I'm making. Struggling with a lot of things at the moment, if I'm honest. I had thought about not hosting for a while and just giving up on everything for a couple of months, and I thought, no, I don't want to do that. I enjoy doing this too much, and I love watching you guys racing as much as I love racing with you, so I can relax and sit and watch quite easily. That isn't going to put any stress on my spine or anything like that. And we are on board with Jack, Kobe, Gamer Dan, Ollie out front at the moment, just on board with Gamer Dan. Everybody, whoa, there's a big old slide at the back there. Number one Pops again. Our poor old number one Pops seems to have the Hulky's luck at the moment off the line. He's right tucked up behind Stiggy. He's going to make a move around the outside. Hard on the brakes, can't get through. Tucks in behind. These two locked together. It's for 6th and 7th. But they are absolutely... We've lost Hulky for the moment, haven't we? Unfortunately. Philip Riley, thank you for popping in. And yeah, oh, number one Pops hard into the barrier there, and I think Stiggy with a coming together. Those two will be racing together, but at the moment it is Jack Kobe 0.4 out front, Gamer Dan behind, and Ollie 0.4 behind. So it is these three again. In fact, it isn't these three at all, it's these four, because Wills is right in the hunt for this one. Please, guys, make this a four-way battle. It will be so exciting. 2 laps around here. It will be brilliant if these four can stay together. Tell you what, Dan looked like he was getting off the ground there as he went over the rise, as the camera just caught his car. But yeah, nothing splitting Dan and Ollie at the moment. Wills is just in the background. Jack Kobe 1.6 just up front at the moment. But remember, one little trip across a curve, one little trip across the grass, one little barrier push, and it can all change around here, and it can change very, very, very quickly. Massive amount of corners, undulations, everything this track. Probably, hello Dan, birthday boy. Yeah, just has absolutely everything. It's arguably, because some people say Le Mans is the best track in the world. Oh, no, Wills sliding and putting it into the barrier there, just as we saw. So, unfortunately, oh, down with a big old slide there as well. Come on, boys, what are we doing? Yeah, for me, I think the Nordschleife is the best track in the world. Well, it's not even a track, is it? It's a, whoa, Dan getting it wrong. Oh, Dan getting it wrong there. So I'm getting too excited. Jack Kobe 3.7 out front at the moment. We're not interested in Dan, we're interested in Ollie and Gamer Dan at the moment. Not interested in Jack even. We're interested in Ollie and Gamer Dan that are close together. And Wills is chasing down. He's just 3 behind Gamer Dan. Borky is in 5th at the moment, 8 behind Wills. Stiggy's 9 seconds back. And number 1 recovering in 11. Number 1's had a mare of a race. Do you know what? My heart goes out to number 1 and Hulky tonight. They've had the luck of the... I don't know where I'm going with that because I've got brain fog again. They've not had any luck. They've not had any luck. I tell you what, they have. Kudos to them and all credit to them and all respect to them for going, but they really had some grotty luck. Tell you what, the people that haven't had the grotty luck is Jack Kobe, Ollie and Gamer Dan. They're going well. Jack Kobe 3.8 out front. We're still on the first lap. Just over halfway through. And we're going to get into the really technical section in a moment. We've got the left hand up and we're going to be coming down to the carousel, I think. I think Jack Kobe's just going through the carousel. He is. So Jack Kobe navigates that nicely. Ollie, no worries. Gamer Dan, no worries as well. They all come out the carousel nicely. Just a little bit further back. Wheels is just threading his way through the curves. Picks up the carousel. Beautifully done. Borky, nicely done as well. These guys going nicely. Stiggy's going to pop into the carousel. Round we go. All looking good. And then number one pops. He's going to thread it through the curves here. You straight line this. You line it up for the carousel on the brakes. Second gear is going to pop out over the top. And away we go. Off he goes. Ollie, as we join him, is into the grass again. Gamer Dan massively sideways as he tries to get on the power to get up the inside of Ollie, which he does. Wow, Gamer Dan absolutely throwing everything at that. It looked to me as if that Mazda was 90 degrees to the track. How on earth he clawed that one back, I do not know. No such drama out front. Jack Kobe 7 seconds now down the road and going really, really well. Now, Jack is in familiar territory in this car. His dad owned one of these and they used to use it for track day. And Jack Kobe took me around Snetterton, as did his dad, for some amazing laps. Both of them getting into trouble with the stewards for abusing track limits. They were pushing that hard. And although they weren't supposed to be looking at timing charts, they were in this little old Mazda MX-5 and they were going and doing times that were with some really, really quick cars, some BMWs and other stuff. Just in the background there, we can see Gamer Dan and Ollie, the windscreen wipers on with Jack Kobe's car. And they're going to be a little bit bothered about the weather, I think. So, you know, is that going to change anything? We will see. But Jack Kobe, 6.5 ahead now. Ollie well placed to work with Gamer Dan as we come down the long back straight. Gamer Dan's headlights blinking, Ollie's headlights blinking. Ollie giving Gamer Dan a little bit of a push there, a little bit of a wiggle. Oh, don't wiggle too much, mate. You'll end up going around. You're going to spoil the race. Come on, you guys are working together. Nothing between these guys. Are absolutely pushing on. They are closing on Jack Kobe. They're going to get the gap down to just under 6 seconds. It's probably going to be nearer 5 by the time we get to the bottom. And then it's going to be all about who is bravest on the brakes. And then they're going to get one more opportunity, these two, to work together. I think the only way that... Don't forget to go right, boys. Go right. There we go, there we go, there we go. I think the only way that these two are going to catch Jack Kobe is if they work together. So, going to be very, very, very interesting to see how this one pans out. Whether Jack is going to be able to run away. He's keeping it clinically clean right now. Dan and Ollie are very, very clean, but you've seen the car sliding around as they've been following a little bit and really, really pushing. And one or two little errors from these two at times. You can see there Gamer Dan's cars again wanting to go sideways on the back end. It always seems to want to just lose a bit. Ollie with a lovely power slide through there as well. Both getting up and over the curb. Again, Gamer Dan with a power slide as he goes onto the power. The power slide does lose you a fraction of time. So they won't want to be doing that too much. Unless, of course, they're doing it to get the rotation. Occasionally they might want to get a bit of extra rotation, and a little bit of throttle can do that for you if you need to get that back end around and the nose pointed in. But out front it is Jack Kobe by 6.3. and just pulling away at the moment. So we're going to do a right-hander here in a moment, and then Ollie and Gamer Dan will have an opportunity just to work together for a little bit longer. So they really need to get around this corner well. Ollie needs a really good exit. So does Gamer Dan, so that they can work together. Ollie will have the slipstream. It's just 0.2 behind. Jack Kobe 6.1 ahead at the moment. So these two guys, they're not leaving anything on the table here. This is absolute on the ragged edge. You can see the way the cars are moving around. You can see the way that they're trying to pick up every apex, but occasionally they're missing them because the back end of these little Mazdas are really loose. The track now is drying out. The sunshine is out. That little rain shower has been and gone. So I did put just a little bit of a worry in there. It was only a very light rain shower. That has now gone, and we should be back to sunshine. So the track should clean up very quickly, and obviously the tyres as well. And now the boys have got through that little weather. They should be able to get the hammer down. And at the moment, it doesn't look like Ollie is really able to get on the back of Gamer Dan and do any bump drafting. They're just really ebbing and flowing around about the 0.2, 0.3 seconds. And Jack Kobe 6.2 out front. So Jack Kobe not really pulling away too much at the moment, just managing the race. But as I say that, it goes out to 6.6, and then it's going to be 6.7. So Jack Kobe doing the usual. As soon as I say that the other guys are staying with him, he puts in a couple of really blinding corners. It's a little bit further back to Wills. Wills is now 19 seconds off the back of these guys, totally in free space. Stiggy is 30 seconds back, but Stiggy has got number one pops all over his back bumper, and Borky is running 6 behind as well. So again, all credit to these guys that are running in further back, but really going for it. Outlaw number one pops his car, starting to look really second hand, and Stiggy's just dropped back ever so slightly, just 1.6 seconds. So I think Stiggy might have had a little bit of a moment, or number one pops has just threaded a few absolutely wonderful corners together. Overhead shot of number one pops, beautiful lines. He comes down the hill towards us. We can see Stiggy just in the background. Stiggy out of slipstream at the moment, so he's going to have lost that benefit that he had just a moment ago. Can he close up and try and get that back? Not sure. He's hard on the brakes, chasing down number one at the moment. And just out front, checking in with Jack Kobe, he is 6.6 seconds at the moment, and going very nicely, thank you very much. He's going to push that out to 7 seconds in a moment. Just behind, we've got Gamer Dan is still continuing to soak up the pressure from Ollie. Ollie just dancing on the brakes through there. Oh, Ollie's dropped it. How on earth did he hold that? Oh my word, how on earth did he hold that? Dan getting it squirrely and sideways and squirmy, and I don't know, is Jack Kobe dropping oil on the track or something? Is Jack Kobe dropping oil? Because these two are sliding around all over the place at the moment in a way that they weren't earlier on. Jack Kobe 6.7 out front at the moment. Gamer Dan setting purple sectors at the moment. Jack Kobe with a 7:29.9 and fastest lap at the moment. Gamer Dan's lapping in a 7:35.5 at the moment, and Ollie a 7:36.4. Wills 7:54.4, a little bit further back in fourth. So Jack Kobe with the fastest lap in his pocket at the moment, but Gamer Dan has gapped Ollie now. They're not working together any longer. Gamer Dan has said, I've had it, I'm going, I'm running. Either that, or Ollie is At a moment. Oh, carousel, and Gamer Dan actually takes off out of the carousel. I've never, ever seen that. He absolutely took off out of the carousel. How he kept that out of the barrier, I don't know. As I said, it's just tiny little moments that these guys are having that is making all of the difference. And it is going to be a moment like that that is going to decide the second and third step on the podium. Danny's going to have a slipstream here, but is it enough? Remember, he's recovering from that slide. Ollie giving Dan the tiniest little wobble. Even he's not sure of himself. Normally he's giving that back end a big old wobble. That was a tiny little wobble, as much to say, I don't want to do that because I could well go round and give this to Gamer Dan, who is closing massively. Gamer Dan's lights going. This is going to be the last of the late breakers here. Dan trying to intimidate Ollie. He's right on his back bumper. There is nothing between these two as we go into the last corners. It is going to be the left-hander. It is going to be the right-hander. I don't think Dan is going to be able to do it. He's giving it everything. He's off the track. He's on the grass. He's sideways. He's almost going to come across the line. Backwards, he didn't. It was Jacoby out front. Ollie in second. Dan in third. It was all about the carousel moment for Gamer Dan there. He got into the carousel and it just seemed to just drift ever so slightly. It launched itself out of the top of the carousel. Ollie got it underneath him. Gamer Dan off onto the grass and the barrier, and that cost him badly at the end there. Wheels Racing's going to come across the line in fourth. We're on board with Stiggy as he's coming through to the last couple of corners here. Just threading his way through on the brakes, picking up the apex. He's going to come across the line to take fifth. Well done, my friend. Oh, so close. And then we have got Borky and number one Pops right together. Whoa, they're both on the ragged edge as they come across the line. Neither of them want to cross. Oh, look at that. That is respect. That is respect, my friends. Both of those two guys coming across the line. Absolutely together. Right, I'm going to save the replay. I will share it. And then I am going to have to call it a night because I'm not going to lie. I am completely done. That race, the TCSRL one did me, but we've been treated to some absolutely blinding races this evening. And Gamers, and just having a little call out to Jack. He said, can you please fix your oil leak, my friend? They didn't appreciate the oil being dropped on the track. Tell you what, those two guys were absolutely going for it there. Ollie and Gamer Dan have just given us one of the all-time greatest spectacles around the Nordschleife. The result, Jacoby out front, a 7:24.9. Ollie in second with a 7:25.4. Gamer Dan with a 7:28.0. Wheels Racing also with a 1:38.0. I apologise. In fourth, Stiggy fifth, Borky sixth, number one Pops in seventh. But you know what? I don't care where people went. Some absolutely brilliant racing in there. Don't care where they came. Phenomenal racing. Jacoby out front, but Ollie and Gamer Dan giving us the greatest spectacle there. Gamer Dan, I hope you had a great birthday. Enjoy your birthday supper tomorrow. I am not going to sing happy birthday again to you. You had it once. You're not going to get that again. But what a race this evening. Absolutely blinding. I am going to have to call it a night now, guys, because I am cream crackered. Tomorrow, I believe, is it Friday tomorrow? It's Friday tomorrow. It is Friday tomorrow. Sure, it's Friday tomorrow. Somebody's going to shout out if it isn't. Assuming it is, we're in the Elantra tomorrow. We are going to be doing a run around Fisherman's Ranch when number one Pops is in. And then we'll be doing some other tracks. If there are some tracks you feel like doing in the Elantra, let me know. In the meantime, happy birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and stew. You look like a monkey without a shirt on. Happy birthday to you, Gamer Dan. Have a great day tomorrow. I hope you have a lovely, lovely, lovely supper with your family. And thank you for racing with us on your birthday. And by the way, guys, I am starting to catch people's birthdays in my PSR registered racer thing. So if it is your birthday, what I want to try and do is to give the races over to you. So if it's your birthday, we'll run the races that you want to race. I sort of did it before for a few people when I knew when their birthdays are. Obviously, I don't know when everybody's is, but that's something I would like to do. But I hope that, Dan, you have a great birthday, and I hope that everybody else has had a really, really nice evening of racing. Really sorry for me and Hulky around Le Mans earlier on. We threw that one away, the pair of us. We had it in our grasp. Everything was going great. We were working together. We were out front. I dropped it and span, which then meant that Hulky had nobody with him, and then Greg caught him up and they were working together. And then Hulky dived into the pits, messed up the tyre change, and then it was all over for Hulky. I managed to get back, I think, to, was it a fourth? I think I got back to, I can't remember, maybe a third, I'm not quite sure. It was too long ago. And then we were treated some absolutely wonderful, wonderful racing, and I love that tonight. Right, good night, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm hoping to do some more daily races tomorrow. It's going to depend how I'm feeling, because I am feeling it at the moment, and I might have to rethink these longer races. But I can do the shorter ones, so the lobbies will still be going on, and obviously with the daily races I can do the shorter races, have a break and stuff like that, so I'm hoping to keep up with those. So all being well, if work allows, tomorrow I'll be doing another 11 o'clock extended lunch break. Come and catch me there, see if I can improve my DR at all. We had a terrible race initially with the daily races. I tagged the back of somebody and sent them round, and then actually I think I got tapped, which tapped me into somebody else. I then tapped that person round, and I thought, I'm not going to just run away, so I waited, and obviously I came last. But after that we had some fairly good races. They were nice and clean, and we got some good results. So let's see if we can do the same. And tomorrow, Elantra, catch up with then, 9 o'clock. Going to be a great one. I will see you then. For now, take care. Bye bye.